got going, they didn't really let up. I think they ended the half on a 22-1 run there. So.
You know, we were trying to start all of our seniors, and you know, guys were. I think we had 3 centers, and three centers, a power forward, and a 2 guard. You know, and you know, we were just trying to get those guys to have a special night, and you know, just hear their name announced one more time in the starting lineup. I think that goes a long way, and I think that's something that they'll always remember. And I was trying to make sure that it was you know, for them to have that opportunity and hear that their name again announced one more time in the starting lineup.
So how important is it to end the season on a win? I mean, you guys second team to finish the year, so I mean, Longwood won earlier today, so it just ending this early and closing it out on a win. Not too many teams can do that.
And you're certainly right. You know, there's not a lot of teams that can end the year on a win. You know, if you look at all 4 tournaments with the CBI, the CIT, the NIT, and the NCAA, you know, that's 4 teams out of 348 teams in the country that's going to finish on a win, and we're one of the teams that can do that. And I think that's you know, that's something to be said for itself, but also, you know, for our seniors to go out on a win, that's something special, and doing it in front of their fans and on their home court, that is a special thing for them.
Just talk about all 5 of the seniors. I mean, everybody brings their own different thing. Like, yeah, Nick's in there starting, and then Cody, who's walk-on, worked his butt off to get on the team. He's seen minutes, and then Alex, kind of like just the end of the bench walk-on guy. But just, you know, different guys, and just talk about their careers.
Well, you know, if you want to talk about Alex, you know, a young man that never knows when he's going to play, but you know, brings it every day in practice. He's someone that, you know, sometimes at practice he'll be the 3, sometimes he's a 4, sometimes he's a 5, and for him to know all position with every play that's a lot of credit to him. And he's just a tremendous team player, understanding his role. You know, if we win and he doesn't play, he feels just as happy as if he went in and played probably 10 minutes like he did tonight. You know, and we won. So it's he was just awesome for our program, awesome with the sacrifices he has made, and commitment he has made. Same with Cody Rinker. Here you talk about a young man that you know, didn't get a scholarship to come here, want to be here, work his butt off, and he was a young man that's well respected on the team. I mean, if you go down the line, everyone will say that they respect Cody Rinker more than anyone on the team, and because of his hard work, selfishness, and putting the team first. And you know, Nick is he's the first guy that I recruited while I was here, first commitment that I had when I was here, and for him to be here for 4 years and to help build a foundation, I think that's just a huge sacrifice. You know, just a huge sacrifice because of what we went through. You know, spend 1 year at the Division II level, and then 3 years, you know, with the transition into Division I. And you know, if you want to look at the records, you know, it doesn't say a lot, but you know, for us, you know, especially during this transition phase, you know, winning got to be more than just on the floor, but also in the community and in the classroom. And when you look at Nick, you know, here's a young man that's probably going to graduate with a 3.9 in finance. You know, not an easy thing to do, and the things that he's done in the community as far as giving back. You know, he's had a great career here, and again, you can't look at the wins and losses to understand that. But from an overall standpoint, you know, he left this program better than, in my opinion, than how than when he first got here. And you know, Anthony Mitchell, you know, just a tough situation with him. You know, started out as SIUE, had a coaching change there, then went to a junior college, got hurt. You know, came here, you know, thought he was healthy, then, you know, just battled through some injuries to where it just kept him from making the huge progress that he could have made, you know, to get better and contribute more to us as a team. But Anthony's going to graduate, you know, after this year is over with. And, you know, he came here, and it's a promise that I made that he'll definitely graduate, and he's going to do that. Am I missing another senior? I can't remember. Dobb, yeah. I'm sorry.
They forgot about
Yeah,
Dobb.
Oh, yeah. when you talk about just a tremendous team player, someone that's never ever in a bad mood. I could be yelling at him at times during practice, and he has a smile on his face. But just we recruited Dob to come in and be a role player, kind of back up Nick a little bit, and he didn't back down. He relished the challenge, and I thought he did a pretty good job as far as working his butt off every day in practice. Academically solid student, just a tremendous young man, and I'm proud of all 5 of our guys and what they have done, the commitment, sacrifices that they've made to this program, and to help build a foundation to where guys after them will end up reaping all the hard work that they've done. And those are things that I will never let the future teams to forget about. And even guys from the first year that we started the transition, even last year with Amir and Kevin Jones, Stephen Jones, the Nico Bowles. Those guys, they're always part of our Cougar family, and will always be remembered as far as what they've done with all the sacrifices. These guys could have gone probably a lot of different places in the country and compete for a championship, compete for regular season title, things like that. But for them to come here and want to build and the sacrifices they've made, just kind of show what type of young men that they are.
So highs and lows through the year, but as you look back on the season versus last year, what are some of the things that you see you've built on and you can build on for next year? Well,
when I see the fact that our leading scorer, leading rebounder for the last couple of years got hurt, and we didn't have him for the rest of the year, and we had guys that have stepped up in that role, and I thought by committee, our team have stepped up in a role to where they found ways to compete, they found ways to win without Mark Elovich. That's helping the team become a better team. That's helping us to build onto the future, in the fact that when Mark does come back, and obviously we're going to add some more pieces to the puzzle to hopefully be more competitive than we were, and have more success on the basketball floor. I think those are things that we've gotten better at, and going to help make it to where we can have success in the future.
When Mark went down, was it harder on you than you expected with this team? And you still turned around from 5 wins last year. It was still a rough season, but you turned that around into 8. And without Mark, was it harder than you expected? Was it as hard? Was it a little easier with different guys stepping up? Or?
Well, I knew it was going to be tough with Mark, and definitely without Mark. Just because whenever you have new guys coming into the program, it is a tough transition. It is tough, and someone that all these guys have never played Division I basketball before, so they don't know what it takes to be competitive night in and night out. So it is tough. I knew it was going to be tough with Mark or without Mark,
yeah.
or with any guy, and give a lot of credit to our guys. I told them this in the locker room after the game. Most people are playing for something, and for them not to have anything at the end of the year, and to stay together, to stick together, to compete. And I wish our record was better, to make them feel better about themselves. But just the sacrifice, hard work that they've given, and staying together as a team. I mean, you look at tonight. Those guys were very unselfish. You talk about a guy like Chad who scored 30 points on Tuesday, but he only scored 6 tonight just because he was trying to get Cody Rink or all those other guys shots. And so Kevin ended up with 17 points, but that's because I told him to shoot the ball. But they were all kind of wanting the seniors to go out and score basket. Anthony Mitchell, I think he ended up 0 for 6, and but those guys wanted him to score more than probably Anthony wanted to score. But that's just show you, the type of commitment that they've made, from start to finish. And I was just happy that we ended the game and ended the year like the way we did.
Chad said